In? Ready? Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Let's make sure we have the mic in, everything working. Everything must be working before we start, right? Mic, check 1, 2. Loud. Soft. We good to go there. We good to go. Camera. Yeah, man. Let's see me. In my Minecraft world. What is up? What is up? Why is in the chat for yes? No, you don't need to say why. Just say yes, I'm hearing you, sir. Everything running smooth. You see my screen. Let's see if you see my screen. See my screen? Tiny, big. See my screen? I hope you all are seeing me because I'm seeing y'all. Yes. Here we go. There we go. Just make sure everything good. Everything is looking smooth. Let me put you all on this side. Right now I have 2 screens. So I'm watching one screen now. I'm going to send you all across to the next screen. There you go. Bring you back here like that. So, what else can I do? Bring that up like that. So be sweet like what? You know, you have to be sweet when you're online. You have to put on your best. You have to be on your best behavior here because I've been speaking to your parents, and your parents will be checking over the live and checking over what you have been saying in the chat. So you have to make sure and sweet like honey. Sweet. I think we use honey and sugar and thing already. Sweet like. What's your favorite type of ice cream, boy? Sweet like coconut ice cream. Coconut ice cream. What's your favorite type of ice cream? Vanilla. Sweet like cane. If you need anything with the student hub WhatsApp here, most of our SCA classes are filled. But I don't know if you have a brother or sister want to do some crash courses with us or for CXC and stuff like that. This is the number for the student hub. So anything you need, you WhatsApp that number, right? And Miss Celine. So Miss Celine supposed to join me today. That is me. And they Miss Celine here. Miss Celine supposed to join me today in teaching the class. And we get Miss Celine some here. But Miss Celine is actually sick. Miss Celine is not feeling well today. So Miss Celine Owie. So she was only gonna do a few questions with us. So next week the questions coming with interest earlier. So I'll just say get well soon, Miss Celine. Get well soon. Feel better, miss. Rest up. Rest up. So yeah, she's sick. You know, everybody was getting sick the other day. She get that same virus that like real annoying and lasts really long. Anybody get that virus and it come with a long-lasting sore throat and a cough that lasts for long, and some people get fever and other things. Anybody get that? So yeah, I think Miss Celine down for the count. So she messaged me and she would have loved to be in the class, but I told her to, you know, rest up. Next week, Miss Celine will come back with extra questions. And if Miss Celine's still sick next week, by the time the following week reach, she will, the amount of questions Miss Celine got to do for you, yeah, boy? All right, so Miss Celine is one of the other SEA teachers in the student hub. So get well soon, Miss Celine. I hope nobody gets sick for exam. Doing exams sick is anybody ever write an exam and you're feeling sick? I hope she feels better. Somebody get his shots. Get well soon, Miss Celine. All right, I think it's time to begin. We normally take like a little 4 minutes to start. Sick since December. Some people still sick. Some people have a sore throat, all kind of thing. Get well soon, miss. Hey, look, a student named Celine telling miss to get well soon. A couple of you all are still sick. All right, so I hope no one is sick for exams and that everyone is in perfect health. We're about to begin. We're about to dive into it. So ready or not, here we go. Just like that, we are in, what is this, sample number 4. Let's see how fast we can get through this one. Right in numerals 968,250. 250. Well done, Cree and Jemiah. Everybody press like on the video so that it can share up and everybody can get notified. And you can share it in your class groups as well, right? When I double a number and increase it by 4, my answer is 18. What is the number? So I need to do this in reverse. Increase means add, reverse means subtract. Subtract 4. Double means multiply by 2. So the reverse of that will be divide by 2. So let's go. I'll do this one first. 18 minus 4 is 14. 14 divided by 2, you all understand I'm going backwards. 14 divided by 2 is 7. So the answer is 7. Let's double check. Double the number 7, it turns to 14. Increase it by 4, it comes back to 18. It works. It really does. It does work. Calculate 1.28 divided by 0.04. So a way to do this is we can move the decimal places 1, 2. Move this decimal place 1, 2. And this is the same as 128 divided by 4. 128 divided by 4. So how much times can 4 go into 128? Ladies and gents. Excuse me. 4 can go into 128. 4 goes into 12 3 times. And 4 goes into 8 2 times. 32. I'm not sick. I was kind of sick at the start of this year, but I feel good. I feel fine. 250 divided by 8 as a mixed number. So I see everybody is busy, is mashing through these questions. 8 into 250, 8 into 24, 6. Sorry, 8 into 24, 3. I want it as a mixed number. 8 into 24, 3 remainder 1. 8 into 10, 1 remainder 2. So I want 31 and the remainder. So the remainder goes over the divisor. So I have 31 and 2 8s. The reason I put it here is because I know 2 8s can simplify to, if both of them we divide by 2, we'll get 31 and 1/4. So the best answer is as a mixed number 31 and 1/4. And I'm seeing lots of people with that, Celine and Aidan and Nandini and Kimberly, not Amelia. Amelia's saying answers from before. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it bubbling. 12 over 16 minus 1 over 12. I think I will go for a little LCM-ish behavior here. The LCM of 16 and 12, I know that have to be 48. Well, I'm going up these 16 times tables in my mind. I'm seeing Jerry and Nickel saying it's 2/3. So the 16 times table is 16, 32. When I add 16 to this, I get 48. This number, I know 12 can go into that number. So I didn't need to do any long LCM calculations. I can just put 48 here. 16 into 48. 3 times, right? That's what we got. 16 goes into 43 times. So 3 by 12. 3 by 12 is 36. And 12 goes into 48 4 times. 4 by 1, 4. So this equates to 34 over 48. Hold up. Sorry, 32 over 48. This can break down. 36 minus 4, 32 over 48, right? This can reduce. 4 can go into 32 8 times. And 4 can go into this how many times? 12, right? So I still have 8 over 12. 8 over 12 is 2/3. 8 over 12, I can just say 4 into this is 2 and 4 into this is 3. 2/3. 2/3. Nickel and them was correct, boy. Yeah, well done, Satyam. Well done. 2/3. Complete the statement by writing the appropriate number in the box. 14 squared plus divided by 4 is equal to. Do I need to? What's the best way to do this? I'll do a little reverse. So this feeling like a little 2 marks-ish. Anybody find this question and feeling like it should be 2 marks? 14 squared is what? Well, 13 squared is 169. 14 squared is 196. So you could work it out. Divided by 4. 196 divided by 4. 4 goes into 19. Humdale. 4 times. Wait. This doesn't break down exact. Oh, yes, it does. With a remainder of 3. And 4 goes into 36 9 times. Am I getting 49? All right. So it turns out when I write LHS, somebody tell me what LHS means. It's a shorthand that we use in maths a lot. LHS is 49. LHS is 49. And when I divide a number by 7, I am equal to the LHS. So that means I need to do the reverse on 49. I need to reverse. So the reverse would be multiply. So 49 multiplied by 7. 7 9s are 63, 6. 7 4s are 20 plus 6 is 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4, 3. 3, 4, 3. 3, 4, 3. So in case you didn't catch it, LHS means left-hand side. So I'm saying that this side, this side of the equation, this side of the equal sign, the left-hand side, LHS. Cool, eh? LHS. You learn something, they so teach you something, the LHS. The LHS stands for left-hand side. And the left-hand side, 14 squared divided by 4 turned out to be 49, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there's a faster way to do 14 squared divided by 4 for the arithmetic junkies. 14 by 14 divided by 4. I can say 2 into this 7 and 2 into this 7. So I knocked out the 2 twice. 7 7s are 49. That'll be faster. Anyhow, the left-hand side is 49, and 49 is equal to some number divided by 7. So I need to reverse the operation. So 49 multiplied by 7 is 343. Lovely. But feel too maths-ish. Approximately 286.75 to the nearest whole number. Okay, 287. I don't think I need to explain this. Do I need to explain this? I could just tiptoe past this question because I didn't know how to do this long time. Write the next term in the following sequence. Did I skip out 3? No, I didn't. There's still 2. Write the next term in the following sequence. What is happening here? 72, 63, 54. All of these numbers ring a bell. Where have I seen these numbers before? Where have I seen these numbers before? I've seen these numbers before. Don't play that. I've seen those numbers before. That's the 9 times tables. That's the 9 times tables backwards. Is it? 9 5s are 45. 9 by 6 is 54. 9 by 7 is 63. 9 by 8 is 72. So this is 5, 6, 7. So maybe 4. 4 9s. 4 9s are 36. All right. We got it. Well done, Ray. Well done, Ray. Arrange the following fractions in ascending order. I feel I could do this mentally. 1 6, 1 8, and 5 8s. No, 1 6, 1 quarter, and 5 8s. Okay. Was that correct? Wait, last time in some one of the lives I make a mistake with the ascending order and descending order. This is ascending. We're going from smallest to biggest. Yes. So when ascending, going up the mountain order. Yeah, but how can we get this from like a first principle idea? Get the LCM of 8, 6, and 4, which turns out to be 24. Which turns out to be 24. 8 into 24, 3 5s are 15. 6 into 24, 4. So we put 4 there. 4 into 24, 6. So we put 6 there. So which means this is the smallest one. And then this one. And then this one. Which is what I have. Wait. Somebody's saying I did number 3 wrong. Let's just double check this. 1.28 divided by 0.04. If it's blurry, you need to raise the resolution, everybody. If it's blurry, I need to raise your resolution. So I'm not really smelling an error in number 3. So maybe you need to double check it. I feel number 3 looking good. I will not touch number 3. So high save. Wait, let's double check. Move. What they want? 1.28 divided by 0.04. There are no tricks in that question. Why is that person so adamant that I got 3 wrong? No, it's 32. It's 32. It's not 0.32. It's 32. Wow, that means a lot of students keep getting this wrong. That means a lot of you all will get this kind of question wrong. So go and research why this gets to be 32 and not 0.32. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I like when students challenge me in certain ways. Your teacher may not always be correct, and it's okay for a teacher to be challenged. That means you're interested in the correct answer. So, of course, you have to be respectful to your teachers and things. I'm going to say, miss your wrong thing, man. but it's okay to query your answers and be sure about your answers. But number 3 is good. Let's go. We have to go faster. So high save $136.25, $136.25. But notice that some of it was missing. The bills and coins below show how much money she has in her wallet. Calculate the amount of money that she has missing. So she has 100 and 10 and 20 is 30 and it's 50 cents. So in total, that's $130.50. So missing is 136.25. Excuse me, minus 130.50. Excuse me. So I know I will have to be taking a 1 from here eventually. 125 from that is 75. So I just did it shortcut. 5.75, $5.75. That would work. Well done, Lucy. And we keep it pumping. Number 11, what y'all think is the answer for number 11? From the list below, I guess they want the appropriate thing to measure this guy. The mass, we are the mass. So how heavy it is on the scale, not liter, not centimeter. It's a remote, so we wouldn't go to kilograms. I think grams is the best. The mass, not the length, the mass. Wait, what y'all think? I find real mistakes happening here, boy. Since I'm doing this paper, people only sending up different answers, boy. Convert 5.7 hours to minutes. I would look at this as 5 3/4 of an hour. That fits into my little plans. 0.75. If I change that to 3/4, I like how that fitting into my plans. Well done, Emilia Bennett. Ethan is saying it's 345. So let's see. So 5 hours, 5 times 60, an hour is 60 minutes. 5 times 60 is 300 minutes. And we also have to add on the 3/4 of 60. And the reason why I switched it to 3/4 is because I know 3/4 of an hour is 45 minutes. So 3/4 of 60 is 45. How many of you all know that? So this is just 45 minutes here. And when I add the two together, take your time with this 345. 345 minutes. There we go. I think we're mashing up this one, boy. The perimeter. Well, now I mashing up this one. People making mistakes in this one. This one is my time to shine. The perimeter of the rectangular garden shown below is 64 meters. What is the width of the garden? Well, to get the width, I'll need to add another 25 here. So I'll have 25 and 25. So far, I have 25 and 25. That's a fact. That's 50 meters. Missing is 64 minus 50, which is 14. And this needs to add to 14. Therefore, 2 times the width is equal to 14. Width is equal to 14 divided by 2, which is 7 meters. Look at Sir go. Look at Mr. Springer's performance. Wow, sir. An eraser measures 2.5 centimeters in length. If we measure it starting from point A, draw an arrow on the ruler to show any length will end. 2.5, right? Ooh, they do it different this time. Let me see if I can get Ethan off my screen. Let me see. I'm doing different methods and things. So here, good to see you. Good to see everybody. So we want to add 2.5 to this. So we have 3.0 and 2.5 is the length of the reset. Any tricks, boy? Let me read this. No tricks, no tricks. So this is 5.5. 5.5 is over here. Right there. Ends here. You didn't tell us to label the point of anything, so I just write ends there. Calculate the area of a square if one side has 15. So area will be 15 squared. This is a use of the square tables. 15 squared is 225. Check the chat and see who get these first. How much is 16 squared? How much is 17 squared? And how much is 18 squared? 16 squared, 17 squared, and 18 squared. Let's see who gets these answers first. 17 squared, if you know that, that's a little weird one. This one. I seen 256 where I saw that from, boy. Ethan. I seen the 289. Where I seen that from? Somebody. Ethan again. And I seen the 18 squared. Nobody have the 18 squared. Oh, yes, somebody does have it. Is that Jordan? Jordan is calm. Big up Jordan. Ronaldo is the first person to put all like this. Hey. But I don't like how he have Manu on his name. Manu. Not Manu. Ronaldo, take that Manu off your name before you jinx your name, boy. Stay the type of angle shown here. Well, for sure, this is an obtuse angle. We know these things like the back of our hand. We know it better than the back of our hand. This is acute. It was like this, less than 90. This is a 90 degrees. This is a 180 degrees. All the way around straight angle. We have reflex if it past that, right? So this is obtuse, OBTUSE. Sahara wants to balance the scale by placing blocks on the left side of it. If one block weighs 700, how many blocks are needed to balance the scale? Now there's something in physics called moments, where you actually need to know the distance this is from the pivot. But for SEA, you don't need to consider that. You actually don't need to consider that. Although that's very important, but for SEA, when they give you these scale things, you don't need to consider it. You ignore the distance, right? You assume that they are the same distance apart. The line of action of the force is the same distance apart. So what should I put? Each block weighs 700 grams, and I want to get to 2.8. 2.8 kilograms is actually 2,800 grams, because I moved the point, right? So 2,800. I can see a little kind of something shaping up here. I can see 7 can go into 28 4 times. 4 times. 700. 1,400, 2,100, 2,800. So big up all the people who say 4. People like Coffee and thing. Well done. What's next? What's next for us? Serenity. Where's Serenity? Serenity was standing facing east. She turned in an anti-clockwise direction and is now facing south. What type of angle Serenity represents Serenity turn? She facing east and she turned like this. What kind of cake and ice cream paper is this, boy? Oops. I saying cake and ice cream and I make a mistake, yes? Anti-clockwise don't go so the anti-clockwise is the next direction. This way. Bang. All right, so she was facing east, and then she turned all the way around anti-clockwise, so she's facing south. So what's that? That's a what type of angle? So I don't want to say 3/4 turn. That doesn't feel like it answers the question. I see some people say 3/4 turn. the type of angle it is, I think the best answer is what Miracle has here. It's a reflex angle. Up top, I could put a 3/4 turn. Therefore, it is reflex angle. Because that's a type, the type of angle. It's a reflex angle. I want to answer the question, I want to answer the question they have, not my own question. So if an incomplete solid shown made up of cubes of the same size, what is total volume of solid if one cube has a dimension of 1 cm? So if a cube has a dimension of 1 centimeter, 1 by 1 by 1, it means the volume, fortunately for us, the volume is also 1 cm, 1 cm cube, 1 cm cube. So I just need to count the number of cubes here. And I need to assume cubes below. For SEA, we'll always assume there are cubes below if we can't see them, right? We'll always do that, unless explicitly stated differently. We'll always assume that there are some cubes below. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 below, 7, 8, 9. Can you understand that there's a base layer below that has 9 cubes? Why isn't the chat if you've seen that? Why for yes? So below this, there's a layer here with 9 cubes. How many of you all understood that? And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 underneath, 5 cubes on top. So we have a next layer, but this layer has a kind of cross system. This diagram is starting to look really messy, but I hope you can see what I'm trying to do here. On the new layer up top, that's what we can see. There's a cross, so that's 5 more. So far we have 9. Next layer we have 5, and on the top there's just 1 cube. So how many cubes do we have in all? I think we have 15 cubes. And since each cube is 1 cm cube, the volume is 15 cm cube. I feel like we did really well on that question there, guys. Yeah, I like how we break it down. And by we, I mean me. The table below. If the screen is blurry, you know what to do. You need to go and get the gearbox in the little corner there and raise the resolution of the video, and it will start to show better. That's for the YouTube people. There are a couple of people on Facebook. No, I didn't skip 17. What is this question? What is this question? Do I need to answer a day? I'm seeing people put in one star Friday. I see a couple Thursdays. The table below shows the number of rainy days in a month. On which day did it rain the most? Number of time it rains. Monday 3 times, Tuesday what? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh my gosh, Friday. I love it. Love it. Such a easy, nice question. In fact, the question is so easy, it has me suspicious. So rate your section 1 out of 20. Out of 20, how well do you feel you have performed in your section 1? Are you getting better? Are you getting better in your section 1? I know the highest you reached in the live was 700. I wonder if we are able to reach 700 again today, boy. I've seen most people saying 20 out of 20, 19. Lisa is saying 17. Let's bring that up from 17. Let's get those 19s and 20s, preferably 20 out of 20 in the section 1. If you're ready for section 2, say ready. If you are ready for section 2. If you are ready for section 2. If you are ready for section 2 come true. Say ready if you are ready for section 2 to come true. Here we go. How many students chose pistachio as their favorite flavor? Oh, I know what this is called. It starts with P. It starts with P. This is a type of graphical analysis in the topic of statistics. It starts with P. What is it called? Oh, look, I have it right here. The pictograph below shows the favorite ice cream flavors of the 44 students. Ooh, that's a big clue. I think there's incomplete. Number of students who chose pistachio is not shown. Correct. It's an incomplete pictograph. They left out some things here. How many students chose pistachio as their favorite flavor? Let's do the so far. So far, such powerful words so far. So far, how many students do we have? Well, each circle represents 4. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 circles. 10 times 4 is 40 students. So far we have 40 students. In total, we have 44. So remaining, the missing number of students is 44 minus 40 is 4. 4 students. Which flavor represents the mode? They never asked me to put the circle. They asked me to put the circle. How they can let me not get... They're stealing me fun. I would have wanted to just be able to draw a little circle there. Not even a little, can you please draw the circle, please? Nah, I still going to draw the circle for fun. I know all you wanted me to draw that circle there. So what's the mode? The mode is the most frequent, most occurring. That's definitely the cookies and creams. We have 4 times 4. We have 16 students in the class choosing cookies and cream. Yeah, that's pretty fair. I think a lot of young children like cookies and cream. Coconut, vanilla. Nobody really likes pistachio. You only have a couple of you only have 4 special people in the class who like pistachio. So the mode is definitely C, and C. Don't write that in the exam. I'm not even do that. Cookies and cream. I have to spell it out like this if you're in a situation like that. 4 and 3, 8 plus 2 and 1/5. 4 plus 2 is 6. That's the wholes. The fractions will be 3/8 plus 1/5, which is really LCM of 40. 8 into 40 is 5. 5 3s are 15. 5 into 40 is 8. 8 and 15 is 23 over 40. So this is 6 and 23 over 40. Well done, Cindy. Whoever is on Cindy's profile is on fire today. Big up my cousin Andrea. What's up, Andrea? Cousin. See the spring, are they? Eden. 6 and 23 over 40. Yeah. You all try to avoid this. Let me talk about something that a lot of maths teachers don't like, and I happen to be one of the maths teachers that don't like this. So when you become a maths teacher, there are some things that you have to do. In case you didn't know, let me tell you some of the secrets. When you become a maths teacher, they carry you into a cave. You're not supposed to know this, but I'm telling you. They carry you into a cave and they make you sign a contract that says, as a maths teacher, you must never miss class. Never, ever, ever. Which is why all good maths teachers are always present. All good maths teachers are present most of the times in the class. Even if it's raining or flooding, that's one of the things that we have to sign. Another thing that we have to sign is that we will give plenty practice. That is why a lot of the good maths teachers as well give you homework from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all to 100. What's the most amount of homework you ever do? Or you have to do part A all the way to Z. A to Z. Real homework. And another thing that we have to sign is that we don't like this. You all stop writing your fractions like this. What is this? Who gave you permission to put this line so slanty? Put it like this, 6 and 23 over 40. Don't do it like this. That is too fancy. And this can lead to some problems later on in life. Somebody wanted me to check over number 19. I can't do that right now, but let's go into number 23. What is the answer for 23? For every $6 that Chevelle saves, her cousin Kim saves $15. Wait, we had a problem with number 20. I'm seeing some people getting problems with number. For one of the answers, they wanted the volume, not the number of cubes. That's the question you're concerned about. Well, the volume was 1 cm cube. You'll have to keep going forward. We can probably discuss some of the questions you're having problems with at the ending. For every $6 that Chevelle saves, her cousin Kim saves $15. At the end of 5 months, Kim saves $450. How much money did Chevelle save at the same time? I need to read it again. For every $6 that Chevelle saves, Kim saves 15. So Chevelle 6, Kim 15. I had to make sure I understand the question. I don't want it to be like a 6 plus 15 situation. So let me like sit down on my mind a little bit. For every $6 that Chevelle saves, so when Chevelle come out with his $6, Kim saves 15. Yes. There doesn't seem to be any tricks looking there. $6, $15. Okay, so it's the easy version. It's not an unequally sharing version too much. At the end of 5 months, 5 months later, Kim has 450. So how much? Well, how much groups? The number of groups that Kim would have saved, groups of $15, would be 450 divided by 15. 15 goes into 45 3 times, so that's 30. Now, you all notice as we reach the sample for speeding through the divisions and the simple calculations, if this takes you really long to do, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, it means you have some revision to do. So I kind of speed through this. I am expecting that 15 into 45 is 3 and you bring the 0. And you'll see me doing that a lot. And I always announce this every year. We kind of transition into faster calculation, right? So 30 groups of $15. So we want 30 groups for Chevelle of $6. So 30 times 60 is how much? So Chevelle will have, somehow I managed to change to black, 30 times 6, which is $180. That's what you'll have. Everybody has $118. It big up, it real nice. Let's go to number 24. At a school, there are 360 students that play sports. These students were arranged in the school halls in rows. Each row had 2 footballers, 4 cricketers, and 3 netball players. What a thing. Don't forget to press like, Ali. Don't forget to press like. Calculate the total number of cricketers at the school. Oh, so I have to assume that this is one row, that there's no non-sports people here, because in the school, all 360 play sports. So this is the row. So one row has 2 footballers, 4 cricketers, and 3 netballers. You all okay with that? So what's the total? 2 and 3 is 9. 2 plus 4 plus 3 is 9. So 9 per row. Somebody say 9 per row. 9 per row. So how many rows? How many rows if 9 students per row? And there are 360. Well, you need 9 into 360. 9 can go into 360 how many times? 9 into 36, 40. 40 rows. So far, so good. If so far, so good, say, well done, sir. Well done. So, yeah, improving, sir. 40 rows. 40 rows, boy. So 40 rows, and each row has how many cricketers? Each row has 4 cricketers. So number of cricketers. Total number of cricketers will be 40 rows times 4 cricketers. 40 times 4. 40 times 4 is 160 cricketers. 160 cricketers sounds nice. Sounds nice. Up to now, then really make me bring out the block method. You know? Right now, they need to bring out the block method, and them as good. Who ready to do a nice little unequal sharing question? 2/3 of a number is 64. What is 1/8 of the same number? Anytime you see this question, you need to be like, every year, boy. Every year they're going to bring a fraction equal a quantity and then make you reciprocate to find the whole. Every year, boy. All right, so 2/3 of the number represents 64. So the whole is 64 multiplied by 3/2. I don't necessarily need to work out that right now because I want to find 1/8 of this. So therefore, 1/8 of the whole will be 64 multiplied by 3/2 multiplied by 1/8. Now I can begin, let's call this thing, reduce it. 8 into 64 is 8. 8 threes are 2 into 8 is 4. Is it that it's just 12? It's just 12. It breaks down to a nice looking 12. And Jordan is calm. Well, Jordan, what going on there, boy? I know you put 12 sometime, but like the 1 and 2 separate on each other there, boy, Jordan, boy. So let me pick Jaden instead. Jaden, well done. Is it that we're moving a little extra faster today? Praise the Lord. 60% of the spectators at a match, and I want you all to stop and give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself, so when it's class and then class will end when the paper is finished. You know why you're giving yourself a round of applause? I find all your behavior real good today, boy. I also just need you all to stop because I X my screen out by accident. So I need to do something else. I bring it back. Yeah, well, you're behaving real good today. You know, answering questions and things. And see we didn't really see no rude people in the chat. Look like everybody who had to touch grass went and touched grass. 60% of the spectators at a match are adults. Is this where we reach? Yes. While the remainder of the children. What do you mean that are children? I'm reading my own thing. 60% of the spectators are adults and the remainder are children. Okay, fine. So it's a remainder fractions question so far. 3/8 of the children are boys. Okay, so more fractions down the road. If there are 80 girls, calculate the number of adults that are the match. So this is one of the questions that goes on a long winding fraction, percentage, thing, bang, 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 quantity. The quantity is 80 girls. So you need to get a fraction that can equate to that so you can go backwards and get the whole. How many of you all are experts at doing questions like this? Questions like this come like once every 2 years, maybe a little more often, like twice every 3 years. Really popular style of question, you know, these long-winded percentage thing, we mean the fraction thing. You gotta become an expert at these ones, you know. Otherwise, you're going to lose 3 marks all the time. Somebody say they love them. Who loves them? Ria. I love them too, Ria. I love them too. It have a special place in my heart. So we get 192 adults from Rihanna. Let's see. See, Kyla doesn't love them. Kyla is like, Akeem is like, no. Don't like these at all. Well, let's see if you can get it out. Let's follow the question. Let's see how my mind will work on this question, right? I'm going to run through the whole thing. So 60% of the spectators at the match are adults, while you remain are children. So if 60% are adults, now I don't necessarily need to write this. I could go down to the end and work out stuff and go backwards. But I want to show you how my mind will work. 60% are adults. What does that mean? The remainder percent, which is 40%, will have to be children. Out of the total, This is out of the total. So 3/8 of the children equal boys. So the remainder out of 3/8, you'll know how to do this without having to put it down and subtract and thing, right? If 3/8 would be boys, then 5/8 will be girls, right? 5/8 of the children will have to be, right? Girls. Everybody understand that so far? So let's find 5/8 of the children. 5/8 of the children means what? Well, the children is 40% of everything. So the children represents 4 out of 10. That's 40%, or 400 out of 40 out of 100 is 400 is. I can't talk right now. Let me just take my time and think about what I'm trying to say. 40% is the same as 40 over 100, which is the same as 4 over 10, which is the same as 2 over 5. So 2/5 are children, right? And I want 5/8 of 2/5. Of could be replaced by what operation? Multiply. So I want 5/8 of 2/5. There's another way to do it, eh? So 5/8 of the 2/5 that are children. I think this is the faster way. I'm just spending some time explaining. Cross cross, we'll get 1/4. It means 1/4 out of everybody represent girls. 1/4 out of everybody represent girls. You all understood that? I think where people who hate these types of questions fall out is that they don't understand you could work with the fractions. You can keep the fractions and just work with the fractions. If 40% are children, let's call that a fraction. We change that fraction to 2/5. That's the first key to see. And then we want 5/8 of the children mean girls. So 5/8 of the 2/5, which is the children, and that we got that to be 1/4. So now we can just say 1/4 represents 80. Anytime we can equate the fraction to the quantity and we wait to the finish line. 1/4 represents 80, so the whole is 80 over 1 multiplied by 4 over 1. I don't need to find the whole, but I can go ahead and find it. What is the whole? 80 multiplied by 4, some 32 something, 320. But I don't need to find it if you don't want to, because they want to know the calculate the number of adults that are in the match. So to get adults, is it that I'm running out of space here? To get adults, I want 60%, which is the same as 3/5 of 80 over 1 multiplied by 4 over 1. If you understand this question, say I understand this question, so I got it. Do you understand this question, class? And 5 into 5, 1, 5 into 80, 1, 6, 12 by 16 is 192. 192. So this is one of the ways that people will do this question. What's another way people will do this question, boy? They may walk it up from the back, as I was saying. They may walk it up from the back. So for those of y'all who catch this method, great. This is a method that you should learn no matter what. Let's see if I can do the next popular way, where we'll have 5/8 represent 80. So you get the whole, remember, 3/8 of the children are boys, which means the remainder fraction, 5/8, represents 80. So the whole will be 80 over 1 multiplied by 8 over 5, which turns out to be 128. You could double check that for me. Just stay with the idea. Stay with the idea. This 128 represents how many children? Anybody did it this way? You said, okay, there are 3/8 of the children are boys, so it means the remainder fraction, 5/8 will be girls. And this is 80. Okay, so 5/8. From the time you can attach a fraction to a quantity, you can reciprocate to get the whole. Now keep in mind, this is not all the people, eh? This is the whole in terms of children. So this is how many children we have. So now that we know we have 128 children and 60% are adults, it means 40% are children, which means 40% is the same as 2/5 represent 128. So once again, we could reciprocate to find the whole. And this will be we got 320. I know some of y'all not catching this. Maybe I'll spend a week talking about fractions. How many of y'all would like that? If I take a whole week and I just do a class on fractions and remainder fractions and we go through it in detail. I can't really teach the lesson on fractions here. I'm just teaching the question, but maybe I can teach a lesson. And one of these Sundays, you can do fractions. How is that? And then, and I'm not talking simple fractions, hard fractions, these types of fraction questions. And then, well, we go ahead and we find 60% of the 320, which works out to be 192 adults. Yeah? I think some of y'all would like that. So I'll see if I can get that in. Next week, we're hoping to have Miss Celine here. Miss Celine was sick for those of y'all who came in late. Oh, it's our beautiful take a breather question. Man, you can do this question in your sleep. How many of y'all have been doing this question in your sleep? Now, 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Okay, pause. I don't recall seeing any half points in SE, so yeah. Take that with a pinch of salt. So, all right, it's a halfway in between. Next thing, SE decides to be facetious and do this, right? So let's see how we do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Can you see that that point should be right there? You'll see our counting the distance. And this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5, right? So from here to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. That's not a half. This is a half right there. So the next one should be on this side, right there. How are you looking? Use the ruler or don't use the ruler? What do you feel? Freehand or ruler? Freehand or ruler? For some reason, you all just like me to use this ruler. I know the SEA class from last year used to call this ruler Ben. B-A-N. Imagine calling a ruler Ben. Imagine that you name a ruler Ben. That's not a good name for a ruler, but it is what it is, and now the ruler's name is Ben. B-E-N. The ruler has a name, and his name is Ben. I didn't come up with the name. That was the SEA class from last year came up with that name. You have them to thank for that. What do you all think about my diagram so far? Does it look like I'm doing it correctly? As I said, we saw some of the points in this diagram. It's kind of suspiciously in the middle of the grid. If you see that in SEA, well, now you're prepared for it. Anytime you're doing this question in SE, you have to stop and turn on the radio on some jazz. Keep in mind, you can't move your your lines afterwards like me, right? Like you see how I can take my lines and just kind of check it up and thing. You don't have that capabilities. So make sure you draw it straight first time. 28. I'm trying to get to 28, but it seems to be running away. There it is. It's a bot. If it's blurry, raise your resolution any setting. Can we name the ruler a different name? So name this ruler Cookies and Cream to appreciate everyone who likes using your ruler. What do you think? I want to rename the ruler. Cookies and Cream it is. All right. Let me see if it stick. So they want to rename the ruler to Cookies and Cream earlier. Still an odd name for a ruler. Maybe the class from next year would come up with a name that matches the ruler. But if we went from Ben to Cookies and Cream, I don't know if we went from bad to worse. What do you think? Cookies and Cream is better? It's about 125 apples at the cost of $450. If she sold them at the price stated below, calculate the profit or loss percentage. Calculate what the loss profit percentage was. So this is a consumer arithmetic question. What's the best thing to do for this question, boy? Maybe I can find how much 5 apples cost. So 125 apples cost $450. Let's get this down to 5. how to get this down to 5. 25, right? Is that true? If I divide this by 25, I'll get 5 apples. 5 apples, and if I divide this guy by 25 as well, how much will I get? How much times 25 goes into 450? 25 goes into 100 4 times. 25 goes into 400 4 times 4, 16 times, plus an extra 2. $18. I don't know what it is about today, but my arithmetic is arithmeticing today, boy. Hopefully I'm doing this the right way. So 5 apples cost $18. She sold 5 for 20. Now, why did I find 5 apples? Because I saw 5 here. So it means she's making a profit of, this is the original. The profit feels like 2 out of 18 times 100. 2 out of 18 times 100 over 1. This is some scary numbers, but what is going on here? Name the ruler, Mr. Springer. Y'all, stop trying to name a ruler right now. The ruler name is cookies and cream. I'm trying to see if this shortcut is a shortcut or a long cut. 125 apples cost $450. So this is the cost price. This is our selling price. And I found for 5 apples should be $18. But she's selling it for $20. So her profit, she's making a profit, by the way, Issa, is 2 out of 18. You put the profit over the cost price of the 5 and you multiply 100 over 1. But why is this looking so yucky? All right, so 2 can go into this. 9, 1/9 of 100. And anybody can tell me what's 1/9 of 100? I don't like the fraction, but I don't think there's anything we can do about this. It's actually a nice method that I did, but the fraction just yucky. All right, so 1/9 of 100. 11 and 1/9. 11 nines are 99. So 11 remainder 1. 11 and 1/9. 11 and 1/9%. I'm not gonna put the decimal. I just don't like the fraction. It kind of have me a little edgy. And the edge of my seat here. If I was in SEA doing this, I'd be like, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. I would have done it another method. I'd have go down all the way, or maybe multiply this one up to 125. Yucky fraction. Let's go. So 26 in 29 in Aries. That was definitely a question I would have checked. I would have rechecked. It's not 10%. It's 11 and 1/9%. So that's 11.111111. 11 and 1 recurring. You keep getting 9 into 100, 9 into 100. Yeah. In a race, 0.4 of the participants completed 5 kilometers of the race. 3/20 stopped running at 1 kilometer, and the others made it to 3 kilometers. If 160 people participated in the race, how many participants stopped at 1 kilometer? Oh boy. So we have completed. You have 3 kilometers and you have 1 kilometer people, right? So you have three brackets of people. How much completed? 0.4 completed. 3/20 stop running at 1. And this is others. I just don't like how this fraction is looking so big. So 0.4, 3/20, and this is others. So is a remainder fraction question? Is it that? What is it? Is it that? I think it's a remainder fractions question. The first part should be easy because we have what 3/20 stop running at 1. So how many stop running at 1? 3/20 multiplied by 160 over 1. So this is 0, 0, 2, 8, 3, 24. 24 people stopped at 1 kilometer. Is that correct? What, we're going up to 600, boy? What percentage of the participants stopped at 3 kilometers? Right, that's the missing, that's the remainder fraction spot, which means I have to find that out. What is that? We have completed at 0.4. What is 3/20? What is 3/20? So the 3 kilometer mark is what we're trying to figure out. What is 3/20 as a decimal? I can multiply by 5, I can get 0.15. Yeah, 0.15, 15%. So the remainder is 100% or 1.0 minus 4, 0.1, 0.55 minus 0.55. Or you can have 100% minus 55%. It depends on what you convert to. Some of you all may have went the fractions route. So I'm getting 45% or 0.45 if you're using a decimal. What percentage of the... Oh, they wanted percent. So I could just work in percentage. Yeah, I could just work in percentage. So it's 45%. That's it. Great. So I could have worked in percentage. This is 40% and this is 15%. And I add up and I get a remainder. Nice, nice, nice. We love it. We love it. Beautiful, beautiful. The school choir arrived to a competition at the time shown below. If they took 95 minutes to get there, what time did they start the journey? What is this time? What is this time, ladies and gents? It's past 10 o'clock. Maybe the hour hand should have been a little more here, but it's past 10 o'clock for sure. How many minutes past 10 o'clock? 45 minutes. So the time on this is 10:45. And it took 95 minutes. So I need to minus 95 minutes. I need to go backwards in time to see what time they started the journey. I had the end. This is the duration. And I want to find the start. So that's a strong indication to subtract. How do I subtract 95 minutes, which goes over the 60-minute mark from this? I need to take an hour. This will drop to 9. And this will be 60. So I add this 60 and 45. I get 105 minus 95, which is 10. How many of you all are seeing this? 10. Is there anything fast or slow with this clock? Because, you know, they like to do that in these questions. I kind of skim read it, you know. The school choir arrived to a competition at the time shown below. If they took 95 minutes of time. Okay. So 9:10, 9:10, 9:10, 9:10. Having the most after answer anxiety with this paper. Like I write a question and I like a feeling it just doesn't feel like a 9:10. I don't know why, but it is 9:10. I did everything correctly, so I guess I have to trust my maths. So Mary purchased 12 kilograms, 600 grams of flour. Yeah, you could also do that. Someone wants to know if I can change this 95 to 1 or 135 minutes. But it's the same amount of time as minus any 60 here as adding the 60 there. Whatever floats your boat. So you can have 1 minute and 35, 1 or 135 minutes, and you'd also get your 9:10 as well. Nice technique. Suggestion person. Mary purchased 12 kilograms, 600 grams of flour. She used 8 kilograms, 400 grams for baking. She then sold the remaining bags of 500 grams. How many full bags of 500 grams did she get? So how much she have remaining after she bake? Remaining after she bake this will be 12,600 minus 8,400, 200 for 4 kilograms, 200. 4 kilograms, 200. Full bags of 500. So 8, because 8 times 500 is 4,000. And that's the multiple of 5 or 500 just before 4,200. If I go to 9, I will end up with 4,500, which is, I don't have that. I only have up to 4,200. So you can only get 8 full bags, Mary. You can't get 9. You can only get 8. If she sold each 500-gram bag for $4.50 each, how much money did she make? Well, I just need to multiply the $4.50 by the 8. 450 times 8. So 8 by 50 is 4. So that's just an additional $4. And 8 by 4 is 32. So 4 and 32 is it $36? $36. It could have been done mentally. $36. Wait. Are we coming to the end of section 2 already? Street A. I think I see you smell that? That's a distance pattern question. Most likely. Last week I thought it was a distance pattern and it turned out to just be a distance question. There was no patterns. So street lights are placed on a road at equal distance from each other. The distance between the 5th and the 7th is 250. That means I can just split this in 2 and get 125 one time. That might be useful in the future. So let's keep that in mind. All right, what is the distance between the 1st and the 10th street light? Behold, it is a distance pattern question. Notice how we have 3 street lights and 2 spaces. That's instructive. How many spaces do we have per street light? So it's always one less space than the number of poles, one less space than the number of poles. Anytime you have an enclosed region, the number of poles will always be one more than the number of spaces. Only if you close the region, then the first and last pole will repeat itself. So the number of poles will be equal to the number of spaces. So remember that. What is the distance between the first and 10th street lights? So this is from 1 to 10. This means 9 spaces. And we simply must multiply 9 times 125, which gives us 1125 according to Judah David Shillingford. Is it meters? It's meters. 1125 meters, right? All here. Check and see if Shillingford know what they're doing there. 1125. List 2 differences between the shapes below. Well, this shape is complete. This shape is missing a spot here. All right. It wasn't missing a spot in the paper. I just snapped it bad. Sorry. All right. So what's some 2 differences? What's two differences you can get? Firstly, this is a parallelogram. This guy has a pair of parallel sides. However, I feel like I do this question before. Did I do this before? Did I do this on the first day? Or did I do this question on the first day? The first sample question, that question very similar to this. So we have 2 pairs of parallel sides in the parallelogram. You all know how to spell parallelogram, eh? And when you have 1 pair of parallel sides in the trapezium. What's another difference in the shape? Well, another difference is that parallelogram starts with P and trapezium starts with T. I'm joking. You can't put that. If you put that, no marks. The second difference is that, well, this angle is equal to that angle in a parallelogram, and this angle is also equal to that angle in the parallelogram. So in the parallelogram, We have opposite angles equal. And if I am to assume that this is an isosceles trapezium, then we have adjacent angles equal. Meaning this angle is equal to that angle, and this angle is equal to that angle. If I have one of the admins here, there seems to be a typo in the answer, right? You will double check the answer. Complete the table shown below. What is another thing we could use here, boy? If you wasn't seeing this, which is a little app, this is more maths teacher-ish. A maths teacher like me might have put this. A more student answer will be no lines of symmetry. Learn how to spell symmetry earlier. And this has one line of symmetry. I think this would be more student-centric than what I said. Yeah. Spammers could get blocked. Some of you all are just finding yourself blocked from the channel because you're being naughty. Complete the table below. Number of faces 3, number of edges 2, number of vertices 0. What is a solid with 3 faces and no vertices? Well, the only solid I know with no vertices is a sphere and a cylinder. No vertices on these guys. So which one is it? This has one face, and this doesn't have an edge. So it has to be a cylinder. That vertices was the giveaway there, boy. The vertices help us to figure that one out. One face, no edge. You got a little time to shine there, boy. Sphere boy. Sphere boy, make it into the thing, boy. So sphere have no edges and no edges. Sphere. Square base pyramid. Let's just take a quick sketchy sketch. So all you see in there, boy, how much edges you all see in there? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 edges. 8 edges, and we're cooking with Ramco gas. We're nearing the finishing of section 2. Mr. Chow built a. Wait, I feel like I leave out a question. I do this leave out question thing. Nah, I got it. Mr. Chow built a square barrier around a square pool shown in the diagram below. Pool, barrier, but they are squares, not circles. Hey, Mr. Lean Sick Boy. If the pool has a side of 9 meters, find the area of the barrier. This is a little beyond, but let's do it nevertheless. The pool has a side 9 meters. So let's say this is 9 meters. We need to find the area of the pool, which is side squared, which is 9 squared, which is 81. The area of entire area. Area of entire area sounds a little fickle. So let's say area of pool and barrier. Area of pool and barrier is side squared again. So this is 12 squared. And 12 squared is how much? 144. So this is 144 meters squared. This is 81 meters squared. So the area of the barrier. Now this technique here is needed for SE. This part that I'm doing, where you need to understand that you subtract a bigger area from a smaller area to find the shaded region. So 144 minus the 81 will put us on what? 144 minus 81 gives us 63. 63 63 square meters, 63 meters squared. Last question for section 2. Last question for section 2. The sum of two square numbers is equal to the square of 5. Calculate the product of the two square numbers. This is a recall question. And I want you to know that the answer for this question is used in CXC. Knowing the answer for this is useful in CXC. It comes up in something called, remember this, I'm telling you about your future. Telling you about your future here. It comes up in something called Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. But you don't need to know it for now. So the two square numbers is equal to the square of square. By the way, the square of 5 is 25. And the square numbers less than 25 is 16, 9, 4, 1. 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared, 5 squared. So we've seen very quickly that the only two numbers that will add up to make 25 here will be these two. So it's really 16 and 9. So the sum of two square numbers is equal to the square of 5. The two numbers are 16 and 9. Ta-da! We figured out the numbers. But we want the product of the numbers. So 16 times 9, and the chat is like screaming, it's 144. So I will go ahead with that chat, 144. Just like that, we are finished with section 2. Rate section 2 out of 10. How are you doing in your section 2? Are you losing lots of marks in section 2? Is section 2 your main problem here, or is it section 3? How are you feeling about section 2, ladies and gents, boys and girls? Parents, which section are you most worried about? Which section is your prime target right now? Let's get the last few questions out of the way and we'll close up this session, right? This is the toughy questions now. So I was speaking to a parent recently, and the parent was saying, so maybe they're watching right now. So my son really loves to watch your live, and when his son in for standard 4. And there's always be any chatting and answer that and get all correct and even correcting me if I'm going too slow and whatever. But as soon as we reach into section 3, let's go and play a game. Parents, do you have any students out here only leaving the live at section 3? How many of you all guilty? Some of you all probably was about to step away. How many of you all are guilty at leaving the live at section 3? Parents, any students here be ducking out on section 3? No ducking out on section 3. Let's collect all of our marks. Let's collect all of our marks. I go now. No going now. All right, Trisha is here. If you're here till the last question, write in the chat till the last letter. Till the last letter. If you're here till the last question, write it in the chat. Till the last letter. Everybody, if you have me till the last letter, crew. Till the last full stop. We here. We're getting all our marks. So what is this? This is the results of two students. You have Chelsea and Bianca. Bianca wants to get the same average as Chelsea. What percentage does she have to score? Does she have to score in maths? This is a mean question. So the mean of this will be the sum. I'm doing this for Chelsea. 89 plus 80 is 169. 169 plus 92 is how much, boy? 261. 261 divided by 3 now. So to find the mean, we have 261 divided by 3. 3 subjects now. 3 into 26 is 8. Remainder 2, 87. So 87 is the average. Does that look reasonable? Yes. So Bianca wants to get 87 as well. But it means to be 87. It means her total must be the same, 261. But so far, Bianca has 74 plus 89. 74 plus 89 this is her mark so far. So far, Bianca has accumulated 74 plus 89 is this 163. 13 equals to 163. 163 marks. So she needs, how much does she need? It is looking like Bianca does score real marks, boy. She needs 261 minus 163. That's 2 less. That's 98. 98%, boy, Bianca, boy. Wait. That's because you get too low in ELA. So now you have to get 98% to bring the average back up to 87. Hard luck day, boy, Bianca, boy. But I nothing. We gain that 98% in maths. Everybody who gain more than 98% in maths type me. If you gain 98% or more in maths, type that's me. If Bianca average was 80%, what percentage did she score in mathematics? All right, so they're saying the average is not actually 87. The mean turns out to be 80. So that means the new total is 80 times 3 is 240 she got. So it means how much did she get in maths? So she got, I need to minus again. Remember her new total will be 240 this time. Oh, 80 times 3, 80 times 3, 80 times 3 is 240. And so far she has how much? 163. So 240 minus 163. Let's see how much she really got. So Bianca, you need to come some Sunday revision sessions so you can raise your maths grade. Because we're not taking them kind of marks, boy, Bianca. 3 from 10 is 7. 6 from that is another 7. 77. Are we getting 77? I got 77%. That's kind of low. We want to get any 90s or close to 100. All right, so that's one of the section 3s out of the way. Let's see if that's a mean. That's a mean question. So far, the maths grades going up. Emanuela used 15 meters of cloth to make skirts. She used 50 centimeters for each long skirt and 30 centimeters for each short skirt. She made an equal number of long and short skirts. If she has 60 centimeters remaining, how many skirts did she make? Let's now end this question. I'll read it again. Don't worry. When I read it again, I'll get this time. I'm going to read it again. Manuela used 50 meters of cloth to make skirts. She used 50 centimeters for each long skirt and 30 centimeters for each short skirt. Oh, is this like the grouping where one long and one short is 50 plus 30 as 80 centimeters? Okay. And she has 60 centimeters remaining. That's an excess. Is that an excess? That's an excess. So the total was 15, and I want to change 15 meters to centimeters one time. So this is 1500 centimeters. I want to remove the excess. 1500 minus 80 is 1420. Then, what do I want to do then? I want to see how much times 80 can go into that. 80, I hope you behave yourself and go into that a nice amount of times. 80. Was I removing the wrong excess? This is 60. This is 1440. Whoops. That mistake would have make me had to waste a whole start time in the exam, boy. Make sure you're transporting your numbers. You see what happened there? Transport this 60 across. And the 6 just turned into 8. How many of you all that happened to you all before? I was just transporting the number, and for some reason, this 8 get mixed up into 8. And I know what I'm supposed to do because I've been doing this for some time. And somehow my 8 get mixed up into 6 days. So you have to be very careful. We don't want to lose any maths like that. All right, so 1440. And I think we're ready for the big division now. I think we're ready. 1440 divided by 8. T. Is it 80? 80 in one group. Cross. So tired. How much times we getting this? 18 pairs. 8 into this 1, remainder 6, 8 into this 8, 18. 18 is correct. 18 scoots. Hold up. Yes, now. Long skirt, short skirt. It's 2 set of skirt. So this is 2 skirts in every one of this. So we have 18 groups. And the number of skirts will have to be, that's 2 groups, 2 sets in each group, right? So it's 2 times 18 is equal to 36 Thursday. 18 long, 18 short. If you're feeling that type, I'm feeling that. Yeah, that feeling good. That one feeling good. That one or two of earlier in today's paper that wasn't feeling so good. I get the correct answer, but I didn't feel good. But this one feeling good. Feels nice. Calculate the total length of cloth that was used to make all the long skirts. Well, you have 18 long. And is this just a multiply? 18 times, how much really long? 50 centimeters. Check out and make sure they get in meters there. So are we just multiplying 18 by 50? Multiplying 18 by 50 is easy. 50 is like half of 100. So that's really 9. That's half of 900 is half of 1,800 is 900. 900 centimeters or 9 meters if they have it in meters. But they have it in centimeters. All right, time to do the second to last question. We're getting there. It's starting to look like that time. Emily sold chocolates at $4 each. Customers who bought 3 chocolates from her were given 2 chocolates free. Niceness by Emily, boy. While you're buying chocolates, check M's, check the M's. No customers bought more than 3 chocolates. At the end of the sale, this smelling like it's going to be a real crazy unequal sharing question, boy. I'm frightened to read further. No customer bought more than 3 chocolates. At the end of the sale, Emily earned a total of $288 and 16 chocolates were given free. Ooh, this really helps. This really helps. Calculate the number of chocolates that were not bought in groups of 3. This really helps me. 16 chocolates were given free. But it's 2 free per customer. 2 free per customer. That's the deal. You get 2 free. Oh. And no customers bought more than 3 chocolates. So 2 free per customer, and we have 16 free. Since 2 free per customer, customers who bought 3 would have to be 16 divided by 2, 8. I feel like I do something there. I feel like they could give me a 1 mark there. I feel like I'm going good there. How many of you all feel like I'm starting to crack open the puzzle there? I knew this would be really helpful. 16 chocolates were given free. That means 8 people get a deal. 8 people got the deal where they get the 2 chocolates free. So I have 8 customers with 2 chocolates free. Now, how does that help me now? Calculate the number of chocolates I would not bought in group of 3s. Oh, so I can work out how many chocolates were bought in group of 3s. This means 8 customers got 5 chocolates. Because remember, if you buy 3, you get 2 free. So 8 of them got 5. This means 40 chocolates. Oh my gosh, I am chocolates. I am starting to get this question. Is it looking good so far? Feel like I'm Is it looking good so far? Am I making a mistake? 40 chocolates. 8 customers got 5. When you bought 3 chocolates from her, you were given 2 chocolates free. Calculate the number of chocolates that were not bought in groups of 3. 40 chocolates She earned a total of $288. Oh no, this is correct, but I don't need to do this because I wasn't given like the total. So I'm not going down a very useful road here. All right. So what do I need to do with this eight? Emily earned a total of $288. So we have eight customers who paid $4. So maybe this is more useful for me. Eight customers who paid 4 times $3. I know what to do now. But this question had a lot of thinking, boy. This question had a lot of thinking. What do you all think about this question? What are your thoughts? Can you do a question like this? So the 8 customers here who got the deal, remember they bought 3 chocolates. So these 8 customers, I need to get it in terms of money. The total was given in terms of money. The 8 customers would have paid $4 times 3 chocolates, and it's 8 of them. How much is that? 4 3 is 12, 12 8 is 64. 12 8 is 96, 8 8 is 64, 12 8 is 9, 12 8 is 96. Is this good? I think that's good. So these 8 customers contributed $96. Right. And now, because I have the total in terms of money, I didn't have the total in terms of chocolates. I had to do it like this. So remaining money came from those who didn't buy it in the group of 3. This would be 288 minus 96. So that would be 192. $192 remaining. All right. So this came. Let's just track through this again. I felt like I was a little jerky in the explanation of this. So when you buy 3 chocolates, you get 2 free, and the customers who bought 3, getting that, we had 16 chocolates given free. So 16 divided by 2 means that there are 8 customers who got the deal, and they would have spent. These 8 customers would have spent, the 8 of them, $3. $4 for 3 chocolates. 4 3s, 12 by 8 is 96. And then I subtracted it from all the money Emily made. So this money here, this 192 in red, is money that came from not getting the deal. And I think we're ready to just finish off the question in style here. This means this was a beautiful question. The number of chocolates that were not bought in groups of 3s, not bought in groups of 3s, would be 192 divided by 4. $4 for chocolate. And whatever that is, that's my answer. Is this 4, 3, 8? 48 chocolates. Wow. What a question. What a question. A lot of people saying 64, but 64 is not the answer. It's 48. I think most people have gotten this question wrong. The answer is not 64 or 24. A lot of people adamant about that 64, boy. It's 48. This is a beautiful question, parents and students. So snap this question and spend some time on it. Spend some time on this question. Let's just walk on slowly over to the last question. What a question. Let's just walk on slowly to the last question. The perimeters of the rectangle and square below are the same. They're not drawn to scale. The length of the rectangle is twice its width. I like these kind of questions. This means this is like W. It's like the length, really the length is secretly 2 widths, because the length of the rectangle is twice its width. So I can think of 2 widths. I can think of 2 widths when I think of the length. Yeah, I can think of 2 widths when I think of the length. That would come in handy just now. I'm pretty sure of it. What is the difference between the areas of the square and the rectangle? What's the perimeter of the square? Because their perimeters are the same. Perimeter, what is the peri of the square? 18 times 4, or 18 and 18 is 36, and 36 is what? 72? 72 meters. You all got the perimeter of the square to be 72 meters? Yes. So the perimeter of the square is 72 meters. We nearly finished. We are nearly finished. So what is this? It means all these widths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 widths, must add up to 72. Where have we seen 6 and 72 becoming friends before? 6 by what makes 72? I seem to have seen that before. Some 6 times 11 is 66, and 6 times 12 is 72, is it not? So W is equal to 72 divided by 6, which is 12, right? So the width is 12. We figured out something. So therefore, the width is 12, and the length is 2 times 12, which is 24. We nearly done. What is the difference in the area of the square and the area of the rectangle? So square, in terms of area, the square is 18 squared. Somebody told me this last time. Was it 324? And then the rectangle is 12 times 24. Not too sure about this one. I think it's 144 times 2. 144 times 2 is 288. So is this 288? And this is meters squared. So it turns out this area is smaller than this one, which makes sense. And the difference in the area, difference means subtraction, in case you didn't know, is, oh no, 36. 36. My brain shut right now. 36. 36 feeling like a day earlier. 36. 36 is good. And just like that, ladies and gents, boys and girls of all ages, we have wrapped up yet another sample paper. Yet another paper has been clocked by the students of Trinidad and Tobago. I want to take this moment to thank myself. I want to thank myself. So you all can take that moment now. Go tell your parents, I want to take this moment to thank myself, whoever you may be, for doing this paper and, you know, going through all of this. We're preparing for essay. It doesn't need to be the most torturous thing. We can make it fun. And I'm seeing a bunch of people asking for shout outs. So we shall begin the shout outs soon. Blessings to everybody who's sneaking out the class. I will see you next week promptly at 1. Bring a friend. This was a beautiful paper. I think I got through this paper with the least amount of friction since we started. Means I'm warming up. It means I'm warming up. In case you don't know, I'm usually a CXC teacher. CXC, CSEC maths, Ad maths. That's my main cup of tea. But I teach SCA maths as well. And I have some SCA handbooks out. The student has SCA handbooks out and stuff like that you can get. And what you would notice is that as the time progresses, and I am noticing that in myself every year, when I start off the first paper, I'm a little rusty, so I had to shake off some rust in like the SEA thinking. And by the time we reach 4th, 5th paper, we like a well-oiled machine. We going through fast. So I hope you all are starting to get your arithmetic on, your timetables coming out like that. You know all your square numbers, all your prime numbers, all the easy arithmetic stuff. You've got that down, addition, multiplication, division, subtraction, and you're ready to go. So I will be shouting out persons and their schools. Let's go. Shout out Lily B and JL Khan and Miss Kanju, who know me. Big up. And Amelia Paul and Arima Girls. And maybe I shouldn't. In this day and age, maybe I shouldn't shout out your full name and your school. That might be a security risk. So let's just either you put your school or you put your name. Don't put your full name. Just for a little extra safety, if you don't want to. So we have Zanaya, we have Valencia South, Lachey, we have Maria Regina. The 100K button still on a hiatus. It walk out the office. It's not here right now. Remind me again next week. Nelson Street, what is up? Kiana, Jasmine, Akeem, Zane, Rishana, Mr. Thomas, Victory Academy, Todd's Road, Roman Catholic, Nelson Street School, El Dorado, Dinsley, Trin City Government. I've been there a few times. I normally visit a couple of schools coming up to exams when teachers ask me to come and talk. So I may see some of you all in person. Aria, what is up? Hannah, Nyron, Liam, Krista, ding, 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 Alicia, Logan. Yeah, we taking the time to do some shout outs. I didn't see much comments from Facebook today. Is this running on Facebook? You know what? I think it's not coming out on Facebook, you know. I think the stream is, that would explain my missing 100 people from Facebook. I forgot to run it on Facebook. Let this be a lesson to the Facebook people. YouTube is where it's at. I don't think it's on Facebook. Trisha and Miss Hannah and Joshua and Akil and Shamali and Mr. Philip. We still have 388 people here, boy. Jaden from the Learning Center, Tyrell, Andrea, Kisa, Harris, Bishops, and y'all, it's just flashing across my screen. St. Hilda's, Bria, Nicole, Malaysia, Miracle, Andrea, Christian, Eden, Zavi, Nikan, Kanisia, Amaya, Saisha. Some of you all have been here right through. And really quick with the answers. Mariella Woodruff, what is up? You may be my family. Malaysia, Tegan, Zelkin, Joshua, that girl, Jada, me, Jada. I guess that's me, Jada. Bye, Aria, Abigail, Keelan, Exodus, Kanesia, Aaron, Priyanka. Big up all the homeschool people. Homeschoolers United. Todd's Road. Yeah. Just send me a message. You'll know to get to me. Marlene, John, well, I guess that's your son. And Dale and Damani and Montrose Government and Point 14 Anglican and St. Mary's Mokarapo. And Ricky and Rennie and Nathan and Chrislyn and Lindsay and Abigail and Maya and Nyron and Onika and Jorel and Nathan and Philip and Edison. You say don't forget you. I didn't forget you, boy, Edison, boy. So it have lots of you all that I didn't catch, but each week I catching more, right? Each week I getting more and more. Yolanda, Curia Presbyterian. And we gonna meet up again on here. We gonna meet up again. So until then, love and blessings. Listen to your parents, clean up your room. Next week we had to talk about that. Anybody who here remind me to talk about cleaning up your bedroom. Go and clean up your bedroom. Put yourself in a nice clean situation. Make sure your bedroom tidy. Who bedroom spick and spanky? Tidy up your bedroom. It's running a race. So your bedroom tidy, you might be more inclined to study. Maybe some of y'all going on the beach later. I'm not going on the beach. I'm going and see what I can get to eat later.